Good morning from Raleigh, North Carolina. Actually, church is probably in a couple of minutes, and I know I better get to it. It is Pentecost today, so I better. but with that being said, I was just thinking, and I'm at home. Um, Rarely doing these videos at home, but I was just thinking, one of my favorite radio personalities, Phil Hendrie. And the first time I ran into hearing from Phil Hendrie, I believe, now if my memory serves me correct, I think this might have been 2012, maybe 2013. And, I was just really looking forward to listening to something. I was in Wisconsin. I lived in Wisconsin. It was winter time in Wisconsin, so you already know there's snow on the ground, right? But at any rate, now I was on TuneIn, and I wanted to, listen to, some news or something, and I see some guy named Phil Hendrie. He's bald, and yeah, you can tell I kind of dig bald people. Obviously. Empathy is very deep with bald people. I can empathize with bald people, can't I? But anyway, and something else. But at any rate, he had something on, and I thought it was very insightful. And it turned out to be something. And at first, I was thinking this was a thing. Actually, later on, it turned out it kind of was a thing. But apparently. He had a guest on. Apparently, this was a sponsor of his, and it was Ted, Ted's Steakhouse. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but Ted's of Beverly Hills Steakhouse, come on down, right? And just beautiful. And then the song has. It goes down here at Ted's, and then it ends with a double entendre. So I figure I'll hold off on that. My guess is you could probably get it on YouTube, and you almost get anything on YouTube. Right now, you're probably getting this on YouTube. But with that being said, so Ted's is on, and he's interacting with callers. He's in the middle of it. I didn't catch this at the beginning, so I had to. Took me a while to figure out what was going on. Well, it turns out that the subject was that Ted's of Beverly Hills was getting into trouble because he was serving ice cream that came from milk from human mammaries. So in other words, breast milk, right? And so he was mammaries, meaning, female breasts, mammals, those who can, give milk to their young. And at any rate, and apparently people were like, well, weren't you at least letting them know about this? And they, and they were telling this man off, because it was a talk show. And Ted was like, getting all defensive and how could you do this? And Phil Hendrie was on the side of the callers. And Ted's of Beverly Hills was like, how could you be this way? I'm one of your sponsors. And he started crying and hemming hard. And I was like, then it hit me. Now, I don't know if the callers knew this. Some might have been playing along. It hit me that actually this wasn't real. And so I looked it up a little bit because then there was another one on, some guy, Doug Danger, and he, and I was like, this is interesting. This is starting to sound like some type of, some kind of, ruse. And I looked it up, and apparently Phil Hendrie did all the voices. And I was like, man, this is awesome because a lot of those voices sounded differently. I mean, he clearly sounded differently from everyone else. And I just loved that show. Now, this was also during a time when I suppose terrestrial radio was, obviously the signs were showing that there was going to be a bit of a decline, and so he regrettably kind of went to a different format that I didn't quite like as much, except for that vampire hunter guy. That guy was hilarious. Now, my only issue was when he also got off of terrestrial radio, the language, because I have an issue with all the swearing. I'm kind of a prude about that. And the vampire hunter one was particularly disgusting, but it was hilarious at the same time. But anyway, I don't know. I need to check up on him. But you know, good old Phil Hendrie. I love that guy. I guess that you might want to get some of the archived stuff because I do believe that quite a few of these people were very fooled into thinking that he actually was talking to other people when he wasn't. All right, take care, y'all. Bye bye.